Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's your boy Big D here, Staff Sergeant D. We're going to episode of Getting Greatness. Today we're going to talk about 3 things that will help you become the best leader you can be in the United States Army. Today we're going to talk about the NCOs. NCO Corps is the Non-Commissioned Officer Corps in the United States Army. We're the backbone of the Army. So the Army, we have different things. You have non-NCO, which is like E1 through E4 in the Army, unless you're a corporal. Corporal to Sergeant Major is non-commissioned officers. We have warrant officers and then commissioned officers. The non-commissioned officers, we're the guys that make it, that get it done, bottom line. You have officers, they have their plans, the things that they want to do. They come up with the mission that they want to do, but it's up to you or the people that are like me, they're non-commissioned officers, in order to get the job done, get the mission accomplished. We're the reason why the Army keeps marching along. We train, we teach, mentor, coach, and do those things for the non-NCOs and officers in order to make the Army a better place. All right, so the first tip, pull your team to success, don't push them. And what I mean by that is you want to lead by example. No one wants to follow somebody that they feel like, you could be sergeant, tell them, or you could be sergeant with them, sergeant check them. So whenever you're there and you have a mission that you have to do, don't be the kind of leader that is standing in the back watching their soldiers work and not actually getting down with them. I'm not saying that you have to always be there, because sometimes you're going to have things that take precedence over you getting down and dirty with your soldiers. But at all costs, if there's times when you can be there with your soldiers and show them what right looks like, show them that you're willing to do things. I've never asked a soldier to do something that I wasn't willing to do myself, or give them an example of how to do it myself and then allow them to do it and execute on their own. Don't be the type of person that is going to be, like I said, standing around watching instead of actually working. Your soldiers see you. They emulate your behavior. So even if they don't do it while they're there, because say you're the type of leader that, you can instill that respect in them, you can instill that fear in them to make them want to do what you want them to do. When they become a leader, they're going to emulate that toxic behavior of not participating, not leading by example. That's detrimental to our regiment, to our corps, to the Army, period. If you're not leading by example, then the soldiers aren't going to be following you. They're only going to do the things when you're around instead of actually believing in your mission and the things you have to accomplish. Make sure that you're doing what you need to do to lead by example. Pull them instead of push them. Number 2, the number 2 thing that you should be doing to help make yourself a better non-commissioned officer is to admit when you're wrong. So many times, as leaders, we don't show our personal side. I know, like, I was victim to that, especially when I was younger. I was like just always loud, always yelling, always mean, always driving. I mean, I try to lead by example as much as possible, but I never admitted my mistakes. Your soldiers, if they feel like you're not relatable, you're not personable, and that you're not one of them, basically, yes, you're the leader, but they want to know that you're a person as well. They're not going to want to work for you for very long. I mean, they might do what you tell them to do, like I said, when you're around, but they're not going to want to work for you in the long run. I remember a time when I had a soldier. It ended up being one of the best soldiers I ever had before, but we had a rough adjustment period because he didn't feel like, as a leader, I was doing the things that I needed to do. And I made sure that I got down to his level and showed him that not only could I be proficient at his job, but I was doing my job to the best of my ability too. I did that by actually taking him with me when I went to places to debriefs, and doing things, because we were deployed when this was happening. And I took him throughout me with my whole entire day. So he saw me wake up before him, where he didn't see that before. He would always just know that I was already at battalion. So I made him wake up with me in the morning. We went to do the pre-brief, got the intel report, planned our mission, wrote out the op order, briefed it. I made him work with me as a non-commissioned officer throughout the entire time, throughout the entire day. After the end of that day, he realized that, Sergeant just wasn't off doing something else while him and the other guy was just getting the truck ready. Because that's all they had to do was get the truck ready. I had plenty of other things that I had to do that didn't allow me to always be there with them, getting, doing the menial tasks that it took to get the truck ready to go for mission. Those things. I had to worry about actually planning the mission and doing the right things so that we could execute the mission properly. So just make sure that you're leading by example. And if you're wrong, admit when you're wrong. So the third thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to focus on high standards of progress. Measurables. So when you have your soldiers, counseling them is imperative. If you're an NCO and you're not counseling your soldiers, you are wrong. Bottom line, soldiers need mentorship and development. If they don't know what they're doing wrong or they don't know what they're doing right, they're not going to be able to maximize their potential. So you have to give them that feedback so they know where they stand and what they're doing in order to make them better in the long run. I know myself, I can tell you the truth that, a lot of places I've been in the military, I have not been like counseled properly, but I'm motivated enough that I do self-inventory somewhat. And I also have mentors that I check myself with. So it may not be my immediate leader or my immediate supervisor at the time, but I'll have mentors that I have for my career. Hey, these are the things that I've been doing. I tell them, hey, I've been doing this, I did this, I did this. What are some other things that I could do to help improve myself, to be a better non-commissioned officer and be a better leader in the Army? Hey, also with personal life, whenever you're a leader, you don't want to be, substandard. You can't be, outstanding at work and then substandard when you get home. You have to be able to give your family that same energy that you're giving your soldiers so that you can be a better person overall. It's not fair to your family if you're going to work every day and giving your soldiers 100% and then you come home and can only give them 10%. Make sure that you're giving 100% both at home and at work, leading by example, maintaining that high standard and progress so that way you can expect the same thing from your soldiers in the long run. All right, guys, if you have any more questions for me, you can leave them down in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I think you'll like my content. Every day do something to make yourself better, guys. If you can help others in the process, that's what it's all about. That charity, progress, helping others, getting yourself to the position where you can help others. Get to greatness, guys. Till next time. Peace.